Welcome to our channel. Today we are going to study a topic in biology known as irritability. We are going to study this topic with questions and answers for a better understanding. The first question we have here says, the movement of earthworm away from the direction of light is best described as dash. A. Positive phototaxis. B. Negative phototaxis. C. Positive phototropism. D. Negative phototropism. In this question, the correct answer is B. Negative phototaxis. Phototaxis is a condition whereby an organism or a cell moves its whole body towards or away from a stimulus known as light. So when an organism moves away from the direction of light, that type of response is called negative phototaxis. But if an organism moves towards the direction of light, that type of response is called positive phototaxis. So the movement of earthworm from the direction of light is known as negative phototaxis. The next question says, the ability of an organism to respond to stimuli is called dash. A. Nutrition. B. Irritability. C. Chemosynthesis. D. Photosynthesis. In this question, the correct answer is B. Irritability. So irritability is the ability of an organism or cell to respond to stimuli. And this is one of the characteristics of living things. The next question says, generally, plants show dash response to stimuli. A. Slow response to stimuli. B. Fast response to stimuli. C. Zero response to stimuli. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is A. Slow response to stimuli. So plants show slow response to stimuli. The next question says, in most plants, the sperm cells swim towards the chemical produced by the egg cell. This type of response is called dash. A. Positive phototropism. B. Negative phototropism. C. Positive chemotaxis. D. Negative chemotaxis. In this question, the correct answer is C. Positive chemotaxis. Chemotaxis is a situation whereby an organism or cell moves its whole body towards or away from chemical. So when an organism or a cell moves towards the direction of chemical, that type of response is called positive chemotaxis. But if an organism or a cell moves away from chemical, that type of response is known as negative chemotaxis. The next question says, the closing of the morning glory flower when the light intensity is low is an example of dash. A. Taxis. B. Tropism. C. Nastism. D. All of the above. In this question, the correct answer is C. Nastism. So nastism is a response is a type of response whereby an organism move some parts of their body towards move some part of their body in response to stimuli. And studies have shown that there is an organism known as morning glory. There is a flower known as morning glory flower. The closing of this morning glory flower when the light intensity is low is an example of a response known as nastism. The next question says, The following are similarities between tropism and nastism except dash. A. Both are growth movements. B. They are plant responses to stimuli. C. Tropism is a directional response to stimuli while nastism is a non-directional response to stimuli. D. Both are directional responses to stimuli. In this question, the correct answer is D. Both are directional responses to stimuli. So, in the options we have here, both A, B, C, all these things are similarities between tropism and nastism, excluding option D. The next question says, the movement of some bacteria from a cold region to a warm region is an example of dash. A. Positive chemotaxis. B. Negative chemotaxis. C. Positive thermotaxis. D. Negative thermotaxis. In this question, the correct answer is C. Positive thermotaxis. Thermotaxis is a situation whereby an organism or a cell moves its whole body towards or away from temperature. So when an organism moves towards temperature, that type of response is known as positive thermotaxis. But if an organism moves away from temperature, that response is known as negative chemotaxis. So when some bacteria move from a cold region, that's a region where temperature is low, to a warm region, that's an environment where temperature is high, it shows that they are making a positive thermotactic response, or it can be called positive thermotaxis. The next question says, the movement of some parts of a plant towards or away from gravity is best described as dash. A. Geotropism. B. Hydrotropism. C. Phototropism. D. Thigmotropism. In this question, the correct answer is A. Geotropism. So geotropism is the movement of some parts of a plant towards or away from gravity. The next question says, generally, animals show dash response to stimuli. A. Slow response to stimuli. B. Fast response to stimuli. C. Zero response to stimuli. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is B. Fast response to stimuli. So studies have shown that animals generally show fast response to different stimuli. The next question says, the death of sperm cells when exposed to high temperature is an indication that cells undergo dash. A. Nutrition. B. Irritability. C. Excretion. D. Reproduction. In this question, the correct answer is B. Irritability. So different cells respond to different stimuli. So when sperm cells are exposed to high temperature, they will respond negatively to that high temperature. And that negative response to, or the death of this sperm cell, is a negative response to high temperature. The next question says, when oil is released into the breeding site of mosquitoes in water, the pupae move away from the oil but finally die due to suffocation. This movement of the pupae away from the direction of the oil is dash response. A. Chemotactic response. B. Phototactic response. C. Chemotropic response. D. Phototropic response. In this question, the correct answer is A. Chemotactic response. So when an organism move away from the direction of chemical, that organism is making a chemotactic response. The next question says, in shaded environment, smaller plants in an attempt to get light from the top grow taller. This process is called dash. A. Etiolation. B. Osmosis. C. Diffusion. D. Plasmolysis. In this question, the correct answer is A. Etiolation. So, this is a process whereby small plants experience growth in an attempt to get sunlight in shaded environments. The next question says, the movement of the tendrils of yam towards a stake is a positive response to a stimulus called dash. A. Touch. B. Water. C. Chemical. D. Temperature. In this question, the correct answer is A. Touch. So, when the tendrils of yam move towards a stake, it is a positive response to a stimulus known as touch. The next question says, a substance that triggers a response in an organism is called dash. A. Stimulus. B. Excretion. C. All of the above. D. None of the above. In this question, the correct answer is A. Stimulus. Stimulus is anything that triggers a response in an organism. If this is the first time you are watching our video, if this is the first time you are joining this channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. You can also drop comments in the comment section so that we can attend to that.